What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Today we're gonna play some Atlas Empires. This is the newest AR, augmented reality game that has been released on mobile. It's still in beta, but it's not too hard to get into the beta. And yeah, you guys, this thing is crazy. If you didn't watch my previous episode, this is basically a mix of Clash of Clans meets Pokemon Go. So yeah, that's pretty exciting, and I actually have been enjoying the game quite a bit. For an AR game, you really don't need to leave the house very much to play, and that's why I am going to be playing from home today. I'm going to show you the rich gameplay that you can get from home. And we're gonna do a base layout, you guys. I've got to redesign my base. I've been getting beat up pretty badly by a bunch of people who have been, attacking my base. So yeah, we're gonna have to do a redesign on my base. I also found a feature that I probably should have discovered a lot faster, but for some reason, I just never clicked on this battle button over here. You can go scout enemy bases. I actually thought that you have to walk to enemy bases to engage with them and battle them, and you could only battle while you're out walking. I guess just because most AR games require so much walking, but this game has got rich gameplay from home. So yes, I am going to be doing some home gameplay on this episode, show you guys what is up. Now you guys, you can see at the top left, this guy has 2,000 gold available and 900 wood. That's actually the most gold I've ever seen available. I have a full army and I am going to attack this guy. I'm not going to use the next button. I also want to shout out to the developers. They just put in that next button. That was not there on my last episode. Well, I mean, I didn't use battles on the last episode, but it wasn't there the whole time that I've been battling. So yes, that's been, kind of interesting. Wait, okay, I gotta put in my dudes. It's a little bit hard to select sometimes. It is just a little bit hard to select sometimes, but other than that, it's really easy to place troops. Oh yeah, I didn't select the archers. I thought I selected it. Anyway, I'm trying to get rid of that mortar, and then my dudes can go crazy. This was a trap base, you guys. He threw all of those different elements into the center with the spawn hole. Do you guys remember those kind of bases from Clash of Clans? I mean, you guys, this is Clash of Clans all over again. It's crazy fun. So you gotta get in this game and play if you're into Clash of Clans, or if you were into Clash of Clans. I mean, it is super awesome. Now we gotta go train an army, and I'm gonna train them up. And here we got some citizen income. We got some tax income from my citizens. All right, they do give you a ton of gold in this game while you're not around, so that's pretty cool. And I actually just upgraded my Great Hall to level 5, so I'm officially GH5. All right, you guys, I'm Great Hall level 5. I need to do a complete base redesign on my base, and we are going to do that right now. So let's go ahead and zoom out. First, let me train some troops. All right, let's go ahead and train those troops. First off, we got my war elephants. This was a troop that I had suggested early in the beta, and they actually, or early in the alpha, I mean, and they actually used it. I don't know if it was my idea, but I think it was my idea, but I don't know. I mean, I had suggested it as a poll option on a poll on their Facebook group for the alpha group, and it ended up getting used. It got a lot of votes on that poll, and it did end up getting used. So I don't know if that was my idea, but I like to think that that was my idea, and I feel pretty proud about it. Anyway, I finally did unlock that troop, so now I have that troop. Now you guys, what we're going for here is a corner base. Unlike Clash of Clans, you cannot spawn in troops around the outside of the base. You can only spawn them in from the spawn holes. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. I wonder if you could cover all of the different spawn places and eventually people could not spawn into your base. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe there's not enough buildings to cover the entire thing. But yeah, I thought that that was fairly interesting, that you can actually keep people from spawning on the sides of your base. I mean, that's a little bit crazy. Now what I need to do is put my gold on the inside. Okay, so gold's gonna go on the inside. And then I need to put my wood storage on the inside as well. And I need to get my stone storage and put that on the inside. All right, and just make sure that there's no spawnable area for them to get in there. And we should be good on that. And I still actually have a ton of walls, so we're gonna do a little wall moving. I wish that you could select walls like multiples, but you can't do that. So I would really like to see that feature, because moving all these walls one by one is a little bit tedious. but looks like we're gonna have to do it, so let's just go ahead and do it. This is a base redesign video after all. It's a little bit base redesign video, and it's a little bit of like, what can you do while you play this game for about 15 minutes, you know? And this is what I do pretty much every night, you guys. I just sit down, play the game for about 15 minutes, make myself a couple of armies, do some battles. It's pretty fun gameplay, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. So yeah, this is basically my new nightly game. A lot of people have probably been wondering, like, what do you play, Jonno? Because I used to play Clash Royale, and I quit Clash Royale so I could play Jurassic World Alive. But then I quit Jurassic World Alive, so it's like, well, what are you actually playing? And actually, for a while at night, I wasn't really playing anything, and I was just catching the Pokemon that spawn in my house, which is about 3 or 4 Pokemon every half hour. And I was pretty much just not playing games at night with my nighttime, but now I'm doing this. Now I'm actually battling, and sometimes I even use some gems to create an army, and I'll be battling like all night long. Now I did leave a hole open. I don't know if you guys saw that. There's an open hole on that one side. I just hope that nobody notices it, but yeah, pretty much what we're gonna do is throw the defenses in here. We're gonna make some room for these defenses and get them in here, and that's pretty much our base, you guys. It really didn't take that long to make it. That's why I wasn't complaining too much about it. It's pretty easy to get this done. And let's go see, where can I stick my mortar? That's a good question. I guess we'll just throw the mortar like behind some buildings back here or something like that. It is a little bit hard to move stuff. Sometimes I go to move things and they just don't move, and I go to select things and they just don't get selected. So yeah, I mean, it is just a little bit hard to select things, but it's not too bad. I could have gotten more of my buildings behind walls, and I think that I actually can build more walls. I unlocked a lot of buildings because, like I said, last night I did unlock the new Grand Hall, or what do you call it, Great Hall, level 5. So yeah, now we can build some walls in front of these guys over here. Make sure that they get a wall. Now I do like how you can build walls pretty quickly. It actually allows you to build them very quickly, so that's pretty nice. But I wish you could multi-select them when you want to move them. Now I guess I need to stop building walls for a second. And we're gonna move this building, I guess over here. Okay, and we're gonna move this one back. There we go. And then I'm gonna go back to building walls. Okay, now we're gonna build the walls. Here we go. And I'm just gonna max out all my walls because there's no reason not to. And we will just keep on building these walls until we can't build any more walls. All right, little base redesign. Now this is called corner base strategy, you guys. That's what I'm calling it anyway, because there's not really much strategy other than throwing your base into the corner and just, you know, praying that people can't get through your walls and can't get through. So that's pretty much the strategy. I mean, that's it right there. So yeah, now I have a bunch of new buildings that I need to build, so we're gonna be building those. Let's go check on my army and see how my recruiting is going. All right, it's still taking some time. We might gem that once we get done. Okay, we got a bunch of new buildings to build, so let's just build all these new buildings. We're just gonna throw them on the map, and then we can move them into the layout sometime later. But for now, we'll just throw them on the map. They don't take that long to build. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna build this stuff up, you guys. We got a whole bunch of new buildings, and we got a whole bunch of gameplay here. So I'm just kind of running through what a typical day looks like in this game. And I like it because you just kind of hang out and play maybe like 10-15 minutes, and you get really rich gameplay during that time, and you can walk away from it and you come back and you have more gameplay to do. It's just like it was back in the days of Clash of Clans. I really, really like it. It's got a nice little loop of train troops and get resources and build buildings. And eventually I'll probably max out my base, but it does look like there's quite a bit of gameplay to go throughout maxing your base. So I'm pretty happy about that as well. So there we go. I actually have quite a bit of gameplay right now because I upgraded my Great Hall and I have new buildings to build. So that's all good stuff. I think I pretty much got all the new buildings. So let's hit up my barracks. Can I upgrade this barracks? Yes, I can. That's always good. We'll upgrade that. So if you guys want to find some free gems, I'll just give you a quick little tip on the free gems in this game. Go to your player profile, and you should have some tasks that you can collect gems for. Like I got 10 gems for that one. I got 5 gems for that one. I got 5 gems for that one. I got 10 gems for that one. And I got 20 gems for that one right there. It says collect. Oh, there we go. Okay. I couldn't collect it, but there we go. So, yeah, now I have a bunch of gems. So if I want to do a whole bunch of battles, it's not really going to be very hard for me to do that. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. And this is pretty much my nightly gameplay. I just build all the buildings I can build, make sure that I upgrade everything. If I get new citizens, I go recruit the new citizens, and then I go find someone to smash on. Now, this is a really good base to smash on because he's very disorganized. He hasn't protected any of his buildings, and I'm going to be able to take this entire base for a 3-star, hopefully. So let's see if we can make that happen. All right, I'm gonna throw 1 elephant over here. All right, let's see how this goes. Now that building that all my guys are fighting right there, that thing will spawn troops, and the troops run around and actually fight you. Now that's pretty cool. The mortar is the thing that I worry the most about. That's what does the most damage and takes out the most of my troops. So I'm going to have a hard time getting rid of that mortar, unfortunately. So it looks like I may not be able to 3-star this guy because the mortar did really good work on my troops. I don't know where that elephant thinks he's going right now. I guess he's going around everything. So if the elephant gets out front and the archers can do some work, this might actually work out. And it looks like I don't know, the mortar wasn't firing there for a minute. That was strange. The mortar was in range of my troop, but it wasn't firing at the troop. That was a little bit strange. Not really sure why that was happening. Maybe it just gets really, really long reload time after a while. I don't know, because look, it's still not firing against my troop. But, oh well, I'll take the extra buildings. Yes, majority! I got 1 star, you guys. I got 1 star. We did hit a majority of the buildings. Nice. No, don't kill my archers! Oh, good. I don't think he can reach my archers. I'm not sure. But at least we should be able to do some damage on the town hall, but we won't finish the town hall. But that's a pretty successful little mission right there. I picked up quite a bit of gold. I got enough gold to replace my army, which is all you really need to do. So yeah, we'll be good on that. Now, you guys, there's no global rankings in this game, but they're working on it, okay? Now, that's a big deal. Everybody wants to be in the top leagues. Everybody wants to have the most trophies and get competitive, you know? And of course, it's hard to have a successful mobile game without global rankings, right? So of course, they've got to do global rankings, just like Clash of Clans had, just like all the Clash of Clans knockoffs had. They got to do it, right? So anyway, it's very important, and they did confirm to me. I've actually had pretty good contact with the people who are making this game, Cerberus Interactive. Big shout out to them. And they did confirm to me that that is coming, and they're also going to bring friends features too eventually. So yeah, really, really exciting stuff. They're definitely working very hard on this game, and I love to see it. You know, you really love to see it. I don't like games where they never put out updates, and the updates they put out don't make any sense and stuff like that. It's like, come on. But these guys are putting in that hard work. I like it, and they have good communication, which is always really good. You got to have that good communication. All right, that was a big thing that stalled out some previous games. So here we go. I can actually hold a lot more troops, and I need more elephants. So we're going to go with the elephants and the barbarians. Now, you guys, the reason I'm doing elephants and barbarians mostly is because they have the most health, and the more health you can put on the map, the longer you're going to be able to survive. So early in the game, that's your #1 strategy. Just get those high health troops. Don't worry too much about the archers. I did less archers than any other troop just because you don't really need the archers as much, and they don't put in as much work as the other troops. And that's important. So let's go ahead and gem ourselves another army. They're not really expensive to get a nice full army down here at these low levels, so that's pretty cool. Now, one thing I would like to see is a battle button in the area inside of the castle area, inside of your town or your base or your village or whatever you want to call it. I would like to see the scout enemy button in there just so you don't have to back out, because you go in to create your army and then you have to back out to the world map to use your army. So if you're gemming armies really fast, which is I'm sure what they want you to do, and that's what I've been doing, and you just have to end up going back and forth, and it kind of slows you down. So I hope that they can come up with some kind of solution for that. Maybe being able to battle directly from the recruit troops area, so you can just gem your troops and then go to battle, and then when you come back out, you're at the troops again, and you can just gem your troops and go back to battle. That'd probably be pretty smooth. I am going to battle this guy. This looks like a decent battle right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Let's go ahead and do this one. Hopefully I can actually get a 3-star. We gotta make a beeline for the mortar. We gotta take that mortar out. So I'm gonna get all of my elephants to go in there and just start putting in work on the mortar. Now the mortar can actually hit my archers. I don't know why it didn't hit my archers, but that's fine by me. And then we're gonna take in the rest of our barbarians from over here. And this is looking like it's going to be a 3-star, you guys. We got a nice little 3-star on our hands. This is a good battle. And like I said, we're going to do about 15 minutes of gameplay, and this was about a 15-minute video. We're going to go a little past that. But I wanted to make sure that you guys see what it's like if you just sit down, open up the game, play for 15 minutes, which is all people really have in some cases anyway. You play while you're on the bus or on the train or while you're commuting or, you know, whatever you do. I mean, people who drive don't play, obviously, but people who, you know, sit on a bus or sit on the trolley or whatever, this is a nice way to kill the time. And in Pokemon Go and other augmented reality games, you can't really play when you're in those situations. There's nothing to do in the game and you're going too fast to be able to take advantage of the game. And I will say that this game does have a speed cap. You cannot open chests and do things like that while you're at speed cap. It will prevent you from doing certain actions. I kind of don't like that because as a passenger, you know, most of the time I'm a passenger when I'm trying to play the game. And it's like, I'm a passenger. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to open chests. And Jurassic World Alive didn't have a speed cap, and I actually got a bunch of really good car gameplay while I was in Jurassic World Alive, so I did like that feature about the game. I hope that they do take away the speed cap, because, I mean, people who are going to play the game are going to do stuff like that anyway. It's like, you can't stop people. I don't know, it prevents a lot of really valuable gameplay and only stops people who are already irresponsible anyway, and I just don't really understand. It's not like it's encouraging people to play while they're driving, because the gameplay isn't even good while you're driving, but if you're a passenger, it's pretty good. Anyway, I hope that they get rid of the speed cap. But yeah, you guys, that's what I wanted to do on today's video. My big goal was make sure that I have a corner style base, and I now have a corner style base, and also make sure that I show you guys the battling feature in this game, because battling is actually really fun. And now every single night I'm doing a couple of battles, you know, whatever I have time for, but I open up the game and I do a couple of battles, and it's been pretty fun, and it's eating up my time in a good way, in a way that I enjoy. So yeah, I was looking for that game where I could have a little bit of competitive, you know, a little bit of just that feel of like I'm playing against another player, and you know, I'm battling and I build my army and all that stuff. So this game really provides that feel. Anyway, you guys, that is going to be the end for this episode. Thank you everybody for watching. Let me know if you are going to try this game down in the comments. I would really love to hear from all of my amazing subscribers. Do you guys like the game? Are you going to try it? And are you waiting for the global release? I'm going to tell you all about that in a future update. All right, thanks again everybody, and peace.